Retailers and banks are reporting a penny shortage. Maybe you've noticed it. Seen signs saying something to the effect that we're going to round transactions up or down to the nearest nickel. So, what is going on with this so-called penny shortage? Or is there one after all? Let's talk about it. What's going on, everybody? Thompson Coin and Stamp here. And I don't know if you've seen recently around your area or whatnot, signs at local businesses saying that they're going to start rounding transactions up or down to the nearest nickel, or if you've even went into the bank and they've had trouble getting you exact change. So there's been this thing going on about a penny shortage. But is there really a penny shortage? The president instructed the Treasury to quit, minting pennies earlier this year, and they've already stopped doing that as of August. But there's been billions and billions of pennies minted every year. So what's going on, and why is there a penny shortage going on? Well, it's not really a penny shortage as you would think. So let's talk about this, and then we're going to look at an article here at MSN. It says, is there a penny shortage? What to know as Kroger starts asking customers to use exact change. Look at that nice little synth there. It says in this article, recently there has been a rise in reports from consumers that some physical retail stores are running low on pennies, making it difficult for cashiers to give customers exact change. This week, many social media users reported that one of America's largest grocery store chains, Kroger, was asking customers to use exact change. This has led many to wonder, is there a national penny shortage? Check out this little wooden coaster I made. So the answer is more complex than a simple yes or no, and here's what you need to know. What has happened? Numerous reports this week said customers at Kroger stores were greeted with signs asking them to provide exact change when paying with cash. Among reports was one from a Financial Inquirer, which said that these signs were posted at the company's 103 stores in the Cincinnati-Dayton division. Quote, the U.S. Treasury has stopped production of pennies, which is now impacting supply, the signs read. If using cash for payment, please consider providing exact change. Reached for comment by Fast Company, a Kroger spokesperson confirmed the move. We continue to assess the impact of the U.S. Treasury's decision to end penny production, the spokesperson said. These signs, along with the growing number of other reports on social media, have contributed to speculation about the American penny shortage. Is there a penny shortage? Without a doubt, the availability of the penny seems to be decreasing. However, according to the American Bankers Association, the ABA, there isn't currently a penny shortage in the traditional sense. Rather, there is a slowing of the circulation of pennies throughout America's banks and retailers, and there is a reason for this. Nice little clip planchette I found in the coin roll hunt. In February, President Trump announced on Truth Social that he instructed the U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent to stop producing new pennies. For far too long, the United States has minted pennies which literally cost us more than 2 cents, Trump wrote, adding, let's rip the waste out of our great nation's budget, even if it's a penny at a time. Sorry about stumbling on my words there. And the Treasury did just as Trump instructed. As the ABA notes, the U.S. Mint, which is responsible for minting America's currency, reportedly stopped production and delivered their last shipments of new pennies in August. That means no new pennies have been minted in 2 months. Still, the ABA estimates there are about 250 billion pennies still in circulation. So why are they reportedly getting harder to come across? It's because many people don't like carrying around the 1-cent coins. They take up too much space in a wallet or a purse, so as people just tend to leave them in drawers, jars, or car cup holders. This means that unlike most dollar bills, a significant amount of pennies that are out there don't re-enter circulation. So that makes a lot of sense. When no new pennies are being minted and enough existing pennies aren't re-entering circulation, it can lead to an absence of an adequate amount of change at banks and in cash registers. This is responsible for the penny shortage some retailers and customers are now beginning to see. I know with my personal bank, I was getting worried that I wasn't going to be able to pick up rolls of pennies anymore and everything, but luckily I was able to get 4 more boxes here recently, so that's awesome. So why did the president get rid of the penny? It's not just Trump who wants to get rid of the penny. A YouGov poll earlier this year found that more Americans now support eliminating the coin rather than saving it. Pennies can be inconvenient. You need 100 of them or more just to buy something simple like a can of soda. And carrying around 100 pennies around in a purse or pocket can be cumbersome. As for Trump, he is correct that the penny actually costs more than 1 cent to make. And I've done a video on this before. A 2024 report from the U.S. Mint revealed that the U.S. government spent more than $83 million in 2024 producing the penny. This is because though the penny has a face value of only 1 cent, it has a total unit cost of 0.0369 cents per coin in 2024. Let me get that back in focus there. That's over 3.5 times its face value. In other words, the penny is both disliked by some consumers and doesn't make financial sense from a minting standpoint. No wonder so many people want to see it let go. Well, let me know what you think about this. If you think that's the reason for the so-called penny shortage, if it's just a circulation issue, I kind of think that there should be plenty and plenty of pennies out there in circulation. You just get so many stacked up in, car cup holders, and people use them to, epoxy down on tabletops and, as decoration, whatnot. So I think that's just a problem of pennies re-entering circulation. As for now, I'm still thankful and blessed to be able to still get a few boxes here and there, but I do know that is coming to an end, unfortunately. Well, stay tuned every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for our weekly coin roll hunt and chat. Always chatting along, having a great time over there. Until next time, Thompson Coin and Stamp is out.